and you're watching 270 Weather. Weather for the 270 area code and beyond. Thanks for tuning in on this Wednesday evening. You've got your weather headlines down there at the bottom as they scroll along, sponsored by R&R Controls. Of course, now the first thing you'll see there, Northern Lights. They should be, let's see. I haven't looked out in the yeah, well, it's dark. So you should be able, I mean, the current time that I'm doing this is 6:25. So you should be able to go out right now in just any time after sunset through about 10 or 11 this evening, maybe even midnight, and catch the beautiful northern lights. Let me help you out here with this graphic. Let me pull this stuff down so you can see it. Okay. So this is something that I showed on News 40 earlier today to help you with your viewing of the auroras. And you know, some of this gets a little complicated. I mean, you can make it complicated, but really, there were literally hundreds of you. I mean, hundreds of you that went out with your phones last evening and just caught some incredible photos. You did a good job. And you didn't have to go through all these 20 different steps to try to get there. It's not that complicated. All you got to do is take your phone and, and look north. Just look north, like on the map there, you see above me. Look north. They're called northern lights for a reason. That's because they come from up north. Okay. So we've had incredible geomagnetic activity today. And so those coronal mass ejections or CMEs have come down. They've hit the Earth's atmosphere. Solar winds hitting the magnetic field around the Earth. And that's what's causing the beautiful skies. Now, will you see the auroras or the northern lights with the naked eye? As strong as some of these CMEs have been, it's very possible. As you see there, the visible on the horizon line, when you look off to the north, if you look toward the horizon, then kind of look up, you should be able to see with just your eyes the auroras if they're strong enough. If not, I still would have my camera out there and get some of these photos. Um, South of that line that you see just above my head, where the arrow is pointing, south of that line, you can only see it with your camera on your phone. So it's kind of like, when I was doing the Alaska trip a few months ago, and I looked off in the distance, and this was in the middle of the straits in Alaska when we were going through the inner passage, and they said, "You know what? You may be able to see some northern lights tonight." And so we were out there on the cruise ship, standing out on our deck. Just open the door, and there you are on the deck, and I look and I can see what looked like city lights behind the mountains. And I thought, wait, there's not a city over there, but it just kind of looked grayish white. It was the northern lights, but I didn't realize it until I took a photo of it, and then it was like, wow, it was so beautiful. So some of you may have that kind of a view this evening. And then some of you, like last night, you're going to go outside if you're away from Bowling Green or any kind of city lights. And if you live out in the country, you're going to go out there and it's going to be like, whoo. I mean, very, very vibrant colors in the sky. This is when I wish I had a camera outside just to see. But anyway, I would rather you guys go out there and take photographs and then send them to us, post them to the News 40 Facebook page. That's where I got the pictures that I used this morning on Sunrise and all of the news shows. They came from the Facebook page, the WNKY News 40 Facebook page, because you guys got out there and you got pictures of it. So there, it should be out there right now, 6:29, almost 6:30. Look north. The highest activity is going to be up there in the northern tier of states, the Great Lakes, on down to the Ohio Valley. But then you go further south of, say, Tennessee, and that's when it's going to be a little iffy. You may have to, the only way you can see the northern lights would be with your camera. But I mean, let me know if you're seeing something out there right now. Let me know. That would be cool. You could even post a photo right now in the comments and I would see it if you happen to get something like while I'm still doing this podcast. Okay. Let's move on. So this could be the last evening we see the auroras, the northern lights. I'm not sure if there's going to be enough energy tomorrow to see it, but we'll keep an eye on it nonetheless. Okay, today's high much warmer. In fact, it got warmer than we thought it was going to. 67, those southwest breezes really kicked up the temperature today. That 67, 6 degrees warmer than the normal high of 61. And we started out at a much milder 40 for a low this morning. No rainfall, of course, past 24 hours. And I don't anticipate any for the next 24 hours. Everything's looking pretty dry. I do see some kind of sneaking in here for the weekend, which I'll talk more about in just a moment. But first, let's talk about a generator. You do you have a generator? You don't have one. You say, now wait a minute. A generator really for my house? Yes. They're installing generators all the time. Not just R&R controls, but other people. And of course, Generac is the number one name in generators. They make them small enough for your home or large enough for your business. It just depends on how much power you need when the power goes off. What kind of size generator are you going to need for everything to kick back on? Most would be, like a 24 kilowatt generator, about like the one that's there in the photograph, in the ad there. And they're not all that big. They would just kind of sit outside beside your house like your HVAC unit, your heating cooling unit. It would sit kind of there and it would be ready to go. So this winter, the power goes off. We have ice, we have snow, we have severe weather, and I'm talking severe storms. Yes, it could happen. And yes, we're going into the kind of pattern in which we could see severe storms this rest of this fall and into the winter. It can happen. So when the power goes off, what are you going to do? If you have a Generac generator from R&R Controls, within seconds it clicks on and everything keeps going. Your lights, your heating, your cooling if you need it, your TV, your computers, everything. It automatically kicks in. And they're more affordable than you might think. R&R Controls can tell you about financing and about getting you the number one name in generators, Generac. They're the authorized Generac sales, service, and installation dealer. So why not call them R&R Controls and see if they can set you up with a generator? before it gets really cold and really stormy. And that way you're ready to go. 270 777 2024. Easy number to remember. 270 777 2024. Because with R&R controls, you will never be without electricity, heating, cooling, because they take care of all of it. Thank you, R&R. All right. We move on now to the radar and satellite together, along with current conditions here at 6:35. Here at the airport, we have 58 degrees after hitting 67 today. Lots of 50s all around us, some 40s here and there. Cloud cover, I'm not seeing that much, which is good because we want to see the northern lights. And if we had clouds, of course, that would obscure any of the northern lights. But right now, the skies are clear. You should be able to see something looking north. Now, there is a dry cold front. You see it right there from Mount Vernon, St. Louis to Mount Vernon, Princeton, Indiana to Louisville, over toward Huntington. That's where the cold front is right now. It's going to slide on through tonight and really maybe only produce a few clouds, but that's it. It should not produce any rain as the atmosphere is just too dry right now at the surface. And I don't see that changing for now. Here's a look at the Kentucky Mesonet Network. We check current temperatures. I was just showing you some of those on the radar. 51 at the Ag Expo Center, 46 at the Corvette plant, 56 in Barron County, but look at that, 34 down on the river, the Cumberland River near Burkesville. Coldest temperature always seems to be. Everybody else is in the 40s and 50s. We had highs today in the mid 60s. Like I said, it got a little bit warmer by a few degrees over what we were thinking earlier because of the southwest winds. Low temperatures, mostly 40s. There were a couple of 30s, upper 30s here in Bowling Green, Barron County, Allen County, or Simpson County, Todd County. But look at this, 27 again near the Cumberland River in Burkesville, the coldest. How about precipitation? Of course, nothing. Winds were a little breezy today. They're right now mostly out of the south, southwest, and light. We did have some higher gusts today, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 22, and some higher gusts near 30 miles per hour further east. This is where the windiest of those southerly breezes took hold today. But everything is becoming much quieter right now. All right, let's look ahead to the chance of rain over the next 7 days. Not much. We're talking about maybe a half inch to, in this blue area, half inch to 3/4 of an inch of rain between now and next Thursday, the 20th. This, whatever rain comes in, which is going to be mainly the beginning of next week, is going to be fairly light. Even though we're expecting some thunderstorms, I don't foresee us getting a lot more than that, although there is some signs that we could be looking at maybe some heavier rain and thunderstorms, possibly by Wednesday into Thursday of next week. But for now, we're going to keep it on the lighter side of things. Okay, how about the maps? Well, there's that front, that dry front I was just telling you about. That's scooting through the area right now, but it's not going to produce anything as far as moisture. Now, there could be some patchy fog tonight because we are going to cool into the mid 30s and then get back into the mid and possibly upper 60s to near 70 tomorrow. And because of that, I think some of you could end up with some patchy fog by early in the morning. High pressure, there we go. You can see that. Look at the yellows. This is 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, fog. May not be all that thick, but I think it'll be around. High pressure sits right over Middle Tennessee during the day tomorrow, then scoots a little further south and east Thursday afternoon and evening. Here comes a warm front. And with that, ahead of that warm front, there's going to be this little patch of light rain that's going to come in early Friday morning. Now, look at this right here. Will it be cool enough for places like, where is this? Richmond, Kentucky, up I-75 from Berea to Richmond, down to Crab Orchard, over toward Danville. This purple is indicating that there could be a little mix. Is it going to be cool enough for a mix? I doubt it, but the models are picking up on that. For us, it would just be light rain sprinkles because this warm front is going to lift that moisture up. And with high pressure being close by, a lot of this is just not even going to make it down to the ground. There could be a few sprinkles on Friday morning, but that's it. Here we go into Friday evening. Pretty quiet, fairly dry as most of that light rain moves off to the north and east. Here's Saturday morning. Not much happening here except for a few clouds. Saturday or Sunday morning, same thing, kind of in the same places. Now, here is the setup for Monday. Monday, we will begin to see better rain chances coming in with this cold front. The last several cold fronts that have come through have been dry, including the one that's coming through this evening. But this one will have some moisture with it. And so a few showers Monday, and as the front stalls into Tuesday, continued showers and maybe even a few thunderstorms here in the 270 and beyond. And even into Wednesday, area of low pressure will ride along that stalled boundary that will sit right over southern Kentucky and will continue our rain chances. That's why I said the 7 day outlook for rain, the QPF didn't look that impressive, but I think with some of the newer models coming in trending a little wetter, we may have to go up on the amount of rain that is certainly possible as we get into the beginning of next week. How about temperatures? Well, here is the model blender. We're going to go 65 or better tomorrow, 70 on Friday, mid 70s on Saturday, and then we'll take about a 10 to 12 degree drop from Saturday to Sunday. That's a cold front. It's that dry front that I showed you. That all it's going to do is cool us down. But it's a reset of temperatures and putting us back exactly or close to where we should be for the middle of November, and that's the low 60, upper 50s to low 60s. So next week will be a fairly normal week as far as temperatures. And I don't see anything really, really cold at night. The coldest night will be Sunday night after that dry front passes through. We go from 63 to 36. But then we go back into the 60s, and then overnight lows will moderate into the 40s. So, no big major shots of cold air coming in anytime soon. A slight cool down, maybe, but nothing that's going to be like terrifically cold, like we saw on Monday and yeah, on early Tuesday. I just don't think it's going to get that cold, which is some good news. Okay. Excuse me. Take a drink here. I notice I'm getting a little bit more of a drier throat. You guys notice that too with your throat? Like it gets dry and you get these little dry pockets and you have to take a drink. You just have to drink, get some hydration to clear it up. It's just this time of the year. I do it. You guys do it. I know it's a struggle. Anyway, get out there and you've got several. Let's see, it's 6:45 right now. You've got, another 5 hours or so or more to go out and see if you can catch the northern lights because it should be brilliant. Just get away from the city lights. If you live in Bowling Green, get out of the city. Go out into Warren County. Go where there's some, wooded areas away from lights and look to the north. Take your phone with you, get some pictures and send them to us or post them to the WNKY News 40 Facebook page and we'll see them and I'll see them in the morning. And maybe we'll have a whole bunch more pictures of the beautiful sky that we can see. It really is something to see that. It's just another one of those signs and wonders that's in the sky for us. Okay, that's going to do it for this Wednesday, November the 12th. Thank you, as always, for watching and supporting 270 Weather. Have a great evening, and God bless you.